If someone fits the role, then they deserve the opportunity because they fit the role. It's not like we've just gone and cast someone because they're a star kid. We didn't just go with these roles on a platter to the 3-star kids and say, here they are.
No, I really don't think. I just think what you be right है. See, ऐसा होता तो my whole family would be in films. Sometimes we only say कि इसके लिए you should take a established actor because this role requires a good, powerful performance.
So that's what people need to know, that they have been through the audition process.
I'm just adding.
They were better than the rest, and that's why they're cast. Would you say these guys are getting cast because of their star power or their acting powers?
Be it shows or films, OTT or theatre, what stays with us are the performances. Pratik Gandhi in Scam 1992, Ranveer Singh in Gully Boy, Jaideep Ahlawat in Patal Lok. There's something truly magical about the perfect casting. And today I'm going to speak to 3 such casting directors who have definitely changed the game when it comes to casting. Nandini Shrikent, Mukesh Chhabra and Abhishek Banerjee. Hi guys, welcome to the Quint.
Hi. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for joining me in this roundtable discussion on SRQ, where we're going to talk about everything that casting is about. You know, when the 3 of you walked in, I saw this sort of a camaraderie, even though you're all in the same industry, and of course, you know, there's an unsaid competition. I think it was great to see that.
You know, I'll tell you why, because people keep saying you're a competitor. I always say, no, we are like really, you know, we have a common group, WhatsApp group, we keep discussing ki number de, can you suggest some people?
Anyone does good casting. There's great pleasure in saying, listen, great job on that. I remember coming out of Vasipur and wanting, I was just like, I want to shake his hand and punch him for doing such a great job. So yeah, of course, little competition is there, but it's not like...
The competition is about, I think, the best cast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for sports, is to win, right?
You feel envy ki, yaar, ye maine pehle kyun nahi dhuna? You know, that's a very healthy way. Yeah, humne pehle kyun nahi dhuna? That's all.
You know, as viewers, what we watch is the final product, and then we walk out of the theatre or a show and say, wow, what casting. But can you tell me and everyone watching this, what is really the process of casting?
It's that line in Sholay, wo chakki pisoing. That's what casting is. It's definitely not glamorous. It's very collaborative. You have a director, you have a script, and you follow their vision, get in touch with various actors, and you keep doing audition after audition till finally you find the right fit.
And it's grueling, and it's very difficult to, keep finding these new faces. हमेशा अच्छे एक्टर्स नहीं मिलते हैं, अब नहीं मिलते आप ब्लॉक हो जाते हो, फिर आपको ढूंढना पड़ता है, फिर डायरेक्टर भी कन्विंस हाउ टू कन्विंस द डायरेक्टर अबाउट अ गुड एक्टर, because sometimes they can't see the performance, you know, but just one viewing. You can't really judge an actor by just one audition. So you know, because you spend the time, or you probably know about the actor's past, or you know about the actor's training, you know, कभी अगर हमें पता होता है उस एक्टर के बारे में, तो वो कन्विंस करवाना, उनको काम दिलवाना या ना दिलवाना, जो भी, लाइक ये पूरा प्रोसेस जो है ना, ये बहुत सारे कंफ्यूजन्स और मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग्स के बीच में से निकल के कहीं ना कहीं बैलेंस होती है.
One actor and there are so many directors, everyone has a different point of view. Anurag Kashyap will say, ये actor का face अच्छा नहीं है. Vishal Bhargava will say, what a face.
What a guy.
And then Rakin Mehra will say, कुछ बात है. Rajan Dikhive, there is no love in his eyes. And other क्या आँखें हैं. So you know, it's very difficult because you have to choose, and you're working with a Bollywood director. You have to understand what they want. And that is why they want to keep repeating the same casting people, because they've already spent time with them.
Abhishek, which is the most difficult casting you've ever done?
No One Ka Jessica. That was very difficult because I think Rajkumar Gupta was very particular about the kind of faces he wants, and he was very particular about कोई known लोग नहीं होने चाहिए, सब unknown होने चाहिए. In other projects, they might be difficult, but I'm not doing the footwork. The associates are doing the footwork. The assistants are doing the footwork. So it must be more tiring for them. But वहाँ पे मैंने मेहनत की थी. मेरे पैर चले थे. मैं हर दरवाजे पे नॉक किया था. I convinced Mohan Maharishi to do a one scene role in a film, and he's a big theatre director, practitioner, and very difficult to convince such stalwarts to come and do one scenes.
What about you, Nandini?
Maybe the first 4 or 5 that I did, because I was still figuring out the database, and nothing was online then, so it was all files. And so maybe Laksh, Dawn, Luck by Chance, by Rock On, things had sort of settled.
When I did just finished Anek, it just got released. So everyone from Northeast, so I had no data about Northeastern actors. So suddenly the whole film came and said, "Ye kya hai?" So I think every film you do, I always feel more challenging and more difficult.
Amongst the 3 of you, do you all think casting has evolved over time since the time you all started off?
Yes, I used to shoot auditions with those big cameras with tapes. and then
That's right.
take those
Now it's
tapes
only-
And then forward
get it
rewind to show
edited
the
and then-
director. Yeah.
Yeah, make CDs
Oh.
and then show to the director.
So evolved in the sense that it's also become okay to be part of the acting fraternity, which was not. I mean, 20 years ago, people were horrified if the child said, "मुझे actor बनना है या मैं जा रही हूँ."
Yeah.
They would be shattered. But now it's okay.
What is the stark difference that you see since then to now when you came to Bombay and today?
That time, I think there were random people holding cameras and taking your auditions.
Yeah, and
No,
there were
they
so
were
many.
I really want to call them random because I did not think of them as casting directors.
Really, I'm
From
really.
TV or
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
and I've been to those auditions, and there would be guys who would say कि ये शाहरुख खान की तरह बोल दो, and मैं तो समझ नहीं पता था कि क्या बोल रहा है, like what is he trying to say? आपके सामने खड़ा है बोलता फोटो दो.
You go to from Juhu to Bandra and everywhere from Varsoba, you see people only casting. I said,
The whole attitude was
Yeah.
सड़क से उठा के स्टार बना.
But it's a system.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
But the systems are in place now. It's an organized profession.
I mean, I believe in COVID, I remember people giving auditions over WhatsApp, and it's still continuing. This auditions over WhatsApp, does it work for you all?
honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does, yeah. And not all the time, and one does have to do some face-to-face. So it's simplified. This online thing has simplified it.
You won't believe. During lockdown, I finished 5-6 shows online. I got to meet actor from
Yeah, same.
Bhopal, Dehradun, Lucknow, because they all send me. Otherwise, वो कहाँ office आएंगे, कहाँ मिलेंगे? And also, I always say that कि the time has fully changed. You don't have to move to Bombay now. It's very, because it's not an easy city.
Eventually, you should move though if you want to be in
Eventually.
film.
After a point, you have to come to the city to understand the drill because it's very important to understand the city and how to survive with that career. It's just not about your dream of being an actor. It's also about how you sustain yourself as an actor.
Yeah.
And that you will understand only when you come to Bombay.
Even today, like when you're casting for films, do directors ask more for stars in comparison to talent? Like, suppose, are they okay to compromise on a talent if the star is bigger?
Well, it depends on the role. And there are some roles that they definitely want a popular face because it helps put the whole cast
Project together.
into project together and perspective. And even some very key supporting roles, it helps if you have an excellent actor in place or someone who comes with a certain heft.
But you know what? ये सवाल मुझे इसलिए interest कर रही है. I think what the thing is that when a director or producer calls for a particular character और बोला ये जा रहा है कि चलो इसमें actor cast करना है. अब लेकिन अगर कोई स्टार अवेलेबल है वो रोल करने के लिए जो कि शायद उतना अच्छा एक्टर नहीं है तो क्या हम उस एक्टर को कास्ट कर पाएंगे या वो स्टार ऑटोमेटिकली कास्ट हो जाएगा क्योंकि स्टार हाँ बोल रहा है तो प्रोड्यूसर बोलेगा कि
It
यार
depend
Depends
करता
on
है
the director.
डायरेक्टर समटाइम वी ओनली से कि इसके लिए यू शुड टेक अ established actor because this role requires a good powerful performance and you need a good actor or established people जिससे थोड़ा वेट आए.
that's the thing then because
Yeah.
like for पाताल लोग they could have easily got a star right but there
Thank
was a
God they
decision.
didn't. Yeah.
It was a decision of the director of the creators please
Yeah,
say it was
yeah.
Sudeep Sharma to cast Jaideep Palawat and they were very sure. I have worked with few directors who were like that. Amal Kaushik is one of them. You know, like when Steve also happened. Apart
Yes.
from Raj, so like completely a new. Some directors would go for that. They were like, yeah, nahi.
And
You
also
know, I have one star or I have a good story. Let me now make it with actors.
so the film like Dangal or Super 30 you need a star so more people can see the film. It's very important so that तब तक audience तक तो film पहुंचाना है ना.
So that's the point. So sometimes you need the star power even if you have a better talent. That's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
Somewhere there is, I
Yeah.
think, a thin line between the two, maybe.
Absolutely. Some films don't. I mean, we don't even get hired till the actors and the actors are in place.
Right now, you have Brahmastra that's coming, Lal Singh Chaddha, and Anek that recently released. What you were lauded for in Anek was getting the cast, about 70 to 80% were actors from the Northeast. So was it like a longer process when it comes to casting like this, especially when you're talking about particular communities or
Yes.
representing particular communities
Yeah,
from
you have to
India?
go there and audition, find more people because there's new world for you also. Convince them to do a Bollywood film also. हमारे साथ टीम भी ट्रैवल करते हैं समटाइम यू आल्सो कनेक्ट लोकल पीपल यू थ्रू थिएटर कॉन्टैक्ट थ्रू योर फ्रेंड थ्रू किसी न किसी के कोई ना कोई यू एक्चुअली फाइंड बिकॉज़ वी आई थिंक वेल कनेक्टेड विद एवरी थिएटर ग्रुप नाउ.
Abhishek, of course, you also have a lot of projects under your belt that have been loaded for casting. Being an actor, is it easier to cast because you understand acting?
It's always worked in my favor. Like if I have seen a good audition, if I see a good performance, I immediately know that I found my actor or the character. It's been difficult convincing the directors earlier because they used to always see me with the lens of a casting director. Now that I'm an actor also, so they trust me more. अगर वो मैं बोलता हूँ कि अच्छा actor था हाँ होगा फिर.
You know, when we talk about films that you have done casting for, we are instantly reminded of Luck by Chance, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, Gully Boy. And recently, when the teaser for the Archies came out, everyone was all praises for it. Yeah. Apart from being lauded, I'm sure you've already come across these comments online.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
people are
why?
so fixated on nepotism that they called it out and they said, listen, this is nepotism because you have star kids in the film.
Yeah.
Was it something you were already expecting?
Yeah. Any industry, you look at, you know, the next generation takes over. And if someone fits the role, then they deserve the opportunity because they fit the role. It's not like we've just gone and cast someone because they're a star kid. Yeah. Each one is very specifically super perfect for the role they've been cast for.
Yes. So like you're saying, like a Suhana and a Khushi, they had to go through the process. It's not like you said, hey, listen, you're going to be a part of this film.
And also, this actually gives this is a very interesting
a proper
example
casting process, you know.
And for that star power versus actor.
Yeah.
Here, would you say, this is as an audience also I'm asking, would you say these guys are getting cast because of their star power or their acting powers? That's
acting powers.
So that's what people need to know, that they have been through the audition process.
I'm just adding.
They were better than the rest, and that's why they're cast.
And we tested many people for the roles. It's not just that we didn't just go with these roles on a platter to the 3-star kids and say here they are. Like a lot of people tested for various roles, and then this fell into place.
And I do in fact feel that it's okay to be criticized also. Because you know, actors need to be criticized, no matter who you are, whether you star power, you have the star power, you don't have the star power.
As an audience,
so that you can at least prove to the audience now whether you really have it in you to actually how do you put it, be worthy of that part.
But tell me, do you as casting directors have the freedom to cast? Like, has nepotism or the power of an actor calling and saying, hey, listen, my kid, audition to ho jayega, but have you ever faced this problem where you'll have to cast because there is pressure or somebody is telling you to cast? And do you have the freedom to cast?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I think,
maybe one very small role they say, please, iske bete ko yahan rakh do and all, but that's not like one is being arm twisted into...
I think I'm already very, मेरे बारे में already मैं नहीं सुनता हूँ. मतलब I really don't think कि I just think वो जो भी right है. See, ऐसा होता तो my full family would be in films.
Same.
तो अगर कोई recommendation पे भी आया अगर वो correct है तो why not?
See, familiarity na sometimes just gives you trust. Is what I've realized. Sometimes you might not know an actor, और हो सकता है कि आप trust नहीं कर पा रहे हो कि यार ये मेरे set पे कर पाएगा काम. Will you understand the set, the language of set, how to be around ladies, how to be around the crew, versus a guy or a girl who comes from a filmy background, and you're like, you automatically know कि यार इसको तो पता है. Even that star kid who they will also learn through that process. वो set पे जाके काम करना पड़ेगा.
Learning only.
Can we talk a little bit about representation in the industry? Whenever there's a queer role or a trans role or a role that represents a marginalized society, do you think the industry struggles a little bit of it?
We've just finished Made in Heaven season 2, and there has been casting that is representative of the communities. But I also feel one shouldn't make it a hard and fast rule.
Sure.
Because you're an actor, you're acting, you're performing, you're being someone, and it's magnificent if you can find someone who really ticks all the boxes. I mean, I saw it in a show called Euphoria. So yeah,
so nice.
And you will see it in Made in Heaven, and it's fantastic.
If we find correct option in that community and we think he's a great actor, why not?
Yeah, for me also I think acting is more important. Like we found Mariam to play Chini, but we were equally prepared to make a girl play that part or a guy play that part if we didn't find Mariam.
Yeah.
Because what?
So it's great that you found her because because then that really is, I mean, it's just perfect.
एंड तक कोशिश करते हैं. Trust me, we try कि finally को मिल जाए, correct मिल जाए, उसके पास चले जाए, एकदम लगे ऐसा real एकदम. But if sometimes we, ultimately it's a film.
People actually had a problem with Vijay Raj playing a transgender. I'm like, find an actor like Vijay Raj in India. Find an equally talented actor. You need to understand that there are artists and they are trained to play all, any kind of character.
But we found some very interesting actors in Made in Heaven, which season 2, which I'm very proud to say when it's out, watch it because it's possible. I just want to also say that this also boils down to the vision of the director.
Very
because
true.
if they feel very strongly about something, like this, then hell, you got to do it.
What about involving people from these communities as you're either writing the role or casting for this role?
That's exactly what I'm doing for a particular show which I'm doing. Because we had to cast particular community actors, and the director is hell bent that he needs only that particular community actors in the show.
It's the right route to take, to involve the community.
I would not understand
Yeah.
that community. So for me, it's easier to get somebody from that community and make them cast.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to add one more thing. During the process of Dangal, when we shortlisted, there was Sandhya, there was Fatima, and the two more Dangal actual wrestler were also part of it. So they were also part of the workshop. They also did all the tests, and we were actually confused कि ये real wrestler है. And then Amir sir and Nitesh was very nice कि इसमें से अच्छा actor बना. देखो दंगल एक certain portion में दिखाएंगे आप कुश्ती तो 4-5 बार आएगी, लेकिन throughout the film it's all about acting and emotions.
So what would you like to tell all the people who aspire to be casting directors? Is there something the three of you would like to tell them?
I would say please watch as much cinema as possible. Please,
Go watch theatre.
Yeah, understand what's happening. Don't just be like, we're casting and we'll only cast like some famous people. Understand the diaspora of actors that is in there.
So, to become a casting director, I always feel कि आपको acting की knowledge होनी चाहिए, आपको script understanding होनी चाहिए, कन्विंसिंग डायरेक्टर कैसे एक्टर को अच्छे से ऑडिशन करते हैं वो आपको आना चाहिए, कैसे उसको शूट करते हैं वो आपको पता होना चाहिए. पूरे हिंदुस्तान में जहाँ जहाँ थिएटर ग्रुप होता है आपके उनके साथ आप कनेक्ट होना चाहिए, आपकी मेमोरी बहुत स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए.
Theatre is not just a conduit to film, it's like a really...
It's a hardcore full,
Yeah,
people
hard
give
theatre.
lives.
It's the base.
It's the base.
Theatre has basically given me everything. My imagination, the power of imagination, me understanding of any kind of script, which comes from the reading the plays. Me also being able to probably adapt some English written scenes into Hindi scenes when the writers or the producers have not given us the Hindi script. Sometimes it happens like
हम खुद बैठ के लिखते थे कि scene ले
आप
लो.
खुद कैसे लिखोगे या फिर इसको छोटा कैसे करोगे या how to help an actor in an audition room so that he or she cracks that part. वो theatre में ही समझ में आता है क्योंकि theatre में the idea is to always collaborate.
So before we go, if I had to ask you, each of you, one film or a show of the other that you wish you had done casting for. The first one that comes to your mind.
Vasipur Patalok.
Each other's just होने
उनकी
देते
सारी फिल्में हैं. I'm not kidding you. Like
I think
she says that she's done less work, but जो भी काम every time
I've
Made in
just done
Heaven.
it for a long time.
Gully Boy for sure and Lakshya for sure. And Abhishek I would say कि Mirzapur.
Vasipur and recently Tabbar.
Yes.
मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी थी वो
Yes.
casting. I think that entire world.
Tabbar show, Sony Live show.
Oh, Sunil.
I messaged you also.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Brilliantly.
If you had to change one thing about the casting industry, what would that be?
I would like the producers to give us our due. We are the first on board.
And last to leave.
And the last to leave. So
Remuneration
I
थोड़ा
feel
बड़ा
that
है.
should be appreciated.
The only thing I would do just film promote होने लगती है ना. I always feel the casting department सबसे पहले लोग भूल जाते हैं because हम सबसे पहले
भूल
निकल
गए
जाते हैं.
हैं. शूट के वक्त भूल गए.
शूट पे शुरू हो गए उसके बाद जब वो फिल्म रिलीज होने वाले 2 साल पहले अरे ये तो कास्टिंग किसने किया तो they forget. I know today's time tag is a very small thing but that also makes you feel nice. You're part of the gang.
crew,
You're part of the gang.
Yeah. And you work bloody hard. It's true. I feel so grateful when an actor remembers,
That
They
message
hardly
you.
do.
Very rarely.
hardly
And
do.
I don't blame them. They've also gone through this massive process and all. So when they do, I'm just like,
Ma'am, I would totally.
ये friend है इसको जरूर कास्ट
Yeah,
करिए.
yeah, actor भी
मैं तो
से
पूरा blame करूँगा उनको.
Yeah,
कोई भी massive process से गए गुजरे हों, they should not forget, the
Yeah.
first step. And there are so many times I've seen
But
that,
they do,
you know,
yeah, I've seen
actors,
them.
they
They
would
do.
come on,
On
interviews and everything.
99%.
Oh, I met this director. Who made you meet that director?
Yeah.
When did you meet that director?
Yeah.
So I've seen that and I'm like, okay, fine. मैंने तो गौतम सर नेगी चीज बोली थी that actors do that. Respect the casting people. Yeah, those guys are like really taking out time and thinking about
And-
you and
Yeah.
getting you
They're
and
giving
probably
you-
convincing
And
the
the-
director to
Yeah.
for you to get casted
Or
and
at
suddenly you
least-
forget them.
Or at least send us a hamper.
They're giving
हाँ
you
यार
the
बर्थडे पे
platform.
गिफ्ट दो यार.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for this really interesting conversation, and thank you so much for making the time. I hope I see you all again, and good luck with everything that you all are setting out to do.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.